play I Never Saw Another Butterfly is based on a true story of real heroes who, despite the horrors around them, made sure that no matter what happened to them, they would live and maybe die with the greatest sense of self-respect and respect for others. All this occurred inside the secret classroom of Irena Sinkova, who took it upon herself to teach the children of the Terezin concentration camp during the Holocaust. Children who were persecuted because they were Jews. Children who were all exactly the same age as you. Like the artwork that so many of our campers have created this week, which is so beautifully displayed around you, the innocent children of Terezin poured their ideas and their thoughts and their feelings into their art. And because of their teacher, Irena Sinkova, and her special student, Raya Inglandarova, who you will meet soon, thousands of their poems and their pictures survived, buried deep underground, long after all the children had been killed. What you will see tonight really happened. What you will hear was really spoken. And what you will learn is part of your real history. We thank you in advance for being a respectful audience who understands that for all these children who were killed, you are their future.
Zuzana Winterova, 11 years old, perished at Auschwitz, October 4th, 1944. Gabriela Frayova, 10 years old, perished at Auschwitz, May 18th, 1944. Alfred Weisskopf, 16 years old, perished at Auschwitz, December 18th, 1944. Eva Belova, 15 years old, perished at Auschwitz, October 4th, 1944. Liana Franklova, 13 years old, perished at Auschwitz, October 19th, 1944. František Brozan, 14 years old, perished at Auschwitz, December 15th, 1943. Hansa Kosek, 16 years old, perished at Auschwitz, January 21st, 1945.
My name is Raya. I was born in Prague into a beautiful, happy family. But that was a lifetime ago. Now father, mother, my friends, my community, they're all gone. And I am alone. Only one thing is important, that I am a Jew and that I survived the Holocaust. Life had been normal. I went to school, I took music lessons, I even helped my mother in the kitchen. It was all just the way you would imagine normal childhood, until...
Come, children, to the bathhouse.
I had arrived by cattle wagon to a concentration camp called Terezin. There were sick and dying people all around me, and I didn't know where my parents were. I did not know if I would be able to go on.
You must go along now to the bathhouse, dear. What is your name? I'm Irena Sinkova. I'm a teacher here in Terezin. You'll come to school with us, won't you? You're from Prague? I taught once in Prague. It's a beautiful city. When I first came to Prague, I was about your age. I remember how frightened I was. But after I made some friends, I was happy to live there. Now, you are not alone, and you must not be afraid either. Now that you know my name, you must tell me yours. How can we be friends? I won't know what to call you.
My number. Here.
Raya and Glendarova. Come, Raya. Raya and Glendarova, let me tell you about our school. There's so much to do here in school. You'll be coming here tomorrow, perhaps. There are many children here. We have few books, but we have many songs. Every day, if you wish, you may paint and draw. Here, see? Each of the children has drawn a spring picture. Would you like to paint? I'll find some paper for you. And tomorrow, you may begin. See, we saved all the paper we could find. Forms, wrapping paper. And some of the children brought their own. And when there's enough, the children draw and paint. Would you like to choose a piece of your own, Raya?
My name is Raya.
Irena had courageously organized a school in the Terezin concentration camp, and she cared for us each like her own. She encouraged us to read and write. It was months before I could say anything but, "My name is Raya." I would say it over and over again just to hear the sound of my voice, perhaps to make sure I still knew my name. Raya. It was an achievement for me. Irena knew it. She gave me paper and paint, and I wrote my name. Raya. 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 Irena helped us remember that we were still alive.
It is weeks since I came to this ghetto. I did not know such a thing could happen to me. When I go home, I'm going to eat only white bread.
When I go home, I'm going to make my bed every day and never complain about it.
When I go home, I'm going to drink hot chocolate in the wintertime. Lots of it.
When I go home, I'm going to have pretty white curtains. Rugs, too.
I'm gonna go play ball in the courtyard when I go home and shout if I want to.
I'm gonna sit very quiet and read storybooks for as long as I want to when I go home. All night, maybe.
I'm going to play the piano when I go home, and everyone's going to sing, and we don't care how loud we are.
When I go home,
Slowly, I began to heal. I and the hundreds of children that passed through Terezin. After months of writing only my name, one day, I wrote another, Irena. Then, I knew I was healed. I could paint and draw and speak again. I could tell Irena the things I was remembering. I was no longer afraid to remember.
Irena.
Quiet now. Don't be afraid. Remember, you are not alone. Whatever you see or hear, whatever is done, remember, we are together. And then you will not be afraid. Come, sit close together.
Today, I went to see my uncle in the barracks, and there I saw them throw potato peelings, and people threw themselves in the piles and fought for them.
I missed my dad yesterday, but I didn't cry. The other children, they couldn't see their parents either, so...
Why are we not allowed outside of the barracks? We can't go onto the streets without a pass, and children don't get a pass. They say this can last a week or even months. We're like birds in a cage.
Last night, I had a beautiful dream. I was home. I saw our apartment and our street. Now I'm disappointed and out of sorts because I woke in the bunk instead of my own bed. This isn't home anymore. It's a hospital. Everyone avoids us. Half the children are sick in bed. The number of the sick goes up every day. Rooms full of patients and the doctor does not know what to do. It's terrible here now. There's a great deal of tension among the older children. They're going to send transports to the new ghetto, into the unknown. And 1,500 children will arrive tonight. They're from Poland. We are making toys, little bags, and nets for them.
the new children look awful. You can't even guess how old they are. They all have old faces and tiny bodies. They are all bare-legged, and only a very few have shoes. They returned from the reception center because they have lice. They all have such frightened eyes.
We got used to standing in line at 7 o'clock in the morning, 12 noon, and then again at 7 o'clock in the evening. We stood in a long line with a plate in our hand, and when we got to the front, all we got was a little warmed up water with a salty or a coffee flavor. If we were lucky, we got a few potatoes. We got used to sleeping without beds, saluting to every uniform, not walking on the sidewalks, and then again to walking on the sidewalks.
We got used to slaps, whips, and executions. We got used to seeing people die on the street, to seeing piled up coffins full of corpses, to seeing helpless doctors. We got used to it, that from time to time, 1,000 unhappy souls would come here, and that from time to time, another 1,000 unhappy souls would go away.
I have begun composing poetry. It is the only way to calm my nerves. This is what I thought up today. I never saw another butterfly. The last, the very last, so richly, brightly, dazzling yellow. Perhaps if the sun's tears sing against a white stone, such a yellow is carried lightly way up high. It went away, I'm sure, because it wished to kiss the world goodbye. For 7 weeks I've lived here, penned up inside this ghetto. But I have found my people here. The dandelions call me, and the white chestnut candles in the court. Only, I never saw another butterfly. That butterfly was the last one. Butterflies don't live here in the ghetto.
On Monday, September 6, 1943, I went to go see my best friend Zdenka in another area of the camp. As I got up to the barracks, I watched as the last few people walked through the back gates and onto the train. Everything was boarded up all around so that nobody could get to them and so that they could not run away. I jumped over. I ran up to the last few people going through the gates, and as I watched the train pull away, I realized Zdenka was riding in one of those cars.
Where did Zdenka go?
The transport to the east.
Why?
To work, resettlement, to
Auschwitz.
Auschwitz?
She will not come back. Jiri told us. And he knows you die if you go to Auschwitz.
Raya.
It is true. I know it is true. And the ovens and the chimneys, when you die, you burn to ashes.
We do not know this is true.
I know. And you know too. And you think because we are children that we do not know.
What have you heard? Where?
Jiri told us. And he knows. He was there. He escaped. You die if you go to Auschwitz, and no one returns. Every day the trains go, and no one returns. How is it that you do not know?
I've heard the same talk we all have. It can't be true. Think, Raya. Such things can't be true.
But it is. We're going to die.
Wait, Raya. You're only afraid. Wait.
Rena, I'm afraid. I hate this place and everything.
Everything?
Yes, what's the use of anything if we're going to die? Zdenka, last night we shared our bread and sang together, and now she is gone.
I know.
And Eva, Miriam,
I miss them
Mariana,
too.
Gabriella, and Susanna.
I know, I
we
know.
promised that next year in Prague we'd go to school together. Now, there's nothing left.
They were your friends. You loved them. Do not forget how you worked together in this very room, and the poems and songs. Eva, Susanna, and Gabriella. Their pictures. See?
No, they will burn them too.
Raya, listen to me. You are no longer a child. This minute, you are no longer a child. And so, I tell you, I have a child. She is 9 years old. She was torn away from my arms and thrown off the train by an angry guard. I tried to throw myself after her, but I was dragged back into the car. I wanted to die until I came to Terezin and saw thousands of children waiting for me. And then I knew I must not die. Do you understand? You are no longer a child. And so I tell you, I have a child, and she lives whenever I comfort another child or dry her tears.
One by one, the transports came. Mother, father, Aunt Vera, they went. My brother Pavel and his wife Irka, they went. Everyone I knew and loved in Prague. There was no one there who could remember me before I'd come there as a child of 12. But there were many left standing as the transport started up, cars crowded, boarded, and sealed. And those of us who were left standing clung to each other for hope.
Jiri. They said they wouldn't take him. He was a plumber, an electrician. So clever. They said they wouldn't take him.
Everybody goes. Jiri, wasn't he your friend?
He was my brother.
You are Hansa Kosek. I heard about you. I'm Raya. Raya Englanderova.
Where are you going?
Number 25. Where do you live?
House number 2. On the other side. Near the wall.
There are 30 girls in our group. Most of us are from Prague. Irena, she's in charge of the whole compound. She lives with us.
We live alone. We elect our own leaders, and we take care of ourselves. I'm the leader now. I was elected, so I'm in charge.
Don't you go to school at night after work?
Sometimes we do, and sometimes we have meetings with the leaders from the other boys' homes, and we talk and plan.
Plan what?
Oh, like sometimes somebody has an idea, and we talk about it. Or somebody does something we don't like, and we tell them to quit it or else. Lots of stuff. We're actually in the middle of something right now. A newspaper of sort, to report the news in camp.
Will you put one in the girls' home?
I suppose we could. I guess I never thought about it.
I'd copy it over for us. I could do that.
I'd have to talk about it with the rest. I suppose it's a good idea. Well, I have to go now. We have a meeting. You can join us if you want to.
And so, our newspaper Vedem was born and lived for 3 years and helped us live. We waited to read the copy posted in our barracks, and later, for safety, it was read out loud. No one ever missed hearing it. It was an invisible line of communication so that even across the dark yards and crowded barracks, the youth of Terezin still grew up together.
Raya!
Yes, I'm here. I can only stay a few minutes. Is this week's Vedem ready?
Here it is.
I'll take it and get started.
And so, it went on like that for weeks. I met Hansa in different locations under the cover of night, and he would pass me the paper to copy and share with the girls.
Raya! Raya, I'm here.
Hansa, Irena gave me a book of poetry. I left it for you at the end of the field, near the shed. I wanted you to read one special poem.
I found it, and read it, and left one for you. Go look for it. Raya, look.
What is it?
Open it. Careful. It's expensive.
Hansa, a sausage? That's wonderful. I haven't... But where did you get it?
I liberated it.
Liberated it. Hansa.
Okay, I took it.
Stole it? No wonder it tastes so good. That's really brave.
Raya, I won't be here for a while.
Why? Where are you going?
Don't take any chances. Coming to meet me, I mean.
Hansa, what is it?
It's nothing. They want a job done. Some kind of walled courtyard. Nothing much can happen. Well, I have to go.
Well, goodbye then. Goodbye. I'll be here. Waiting. Waiting. Please come back.
Raya? Raya! It's all right. A message came through. The boys are back. All of them.
I've been holding my breath for 2 days, waiting. I couldn't think of anything else but the boys who went.
What would you have done if he had not come back? If weeks and months had passed?
Waited and held my breath for tomorrow and then waited again.
Waiting days are long days, Raya. You would learn to stop thinking of tomorrow and to keep alive today. That's the secret of waiting. Remember that, to keep alive today.
Part of me would always be waiting.
Then you would do what we all learn to do to make waiting bearable.
But I don't know how. I'm afraid.
Afraid of tomorrow? Then think of today. Now, can you live until tonight?
Yes?
And at noon, in the heat and the hunger, the stench and the exhaustion, can you live until night?
Yes.
Then you will survive. Each day, we find some reason.
As you have done.
Yes. Somehow, one of us is sure to survive. One of us must teach the children how to sing again, to write on paper with a pencil, to do sums and draw pictures. So we survive each today.
The singing, the reading, the learning, the poetry and the drawings. This was part of our survival. In spite of the SS guards and the order against teaching in concentration camps, Irena kept school in the children's barracks. An older boy was always on guard, and at the sight of the SS men, he whistled, and teaching turned into children's games. Through her school, Irena helped us maintain a sense of dignity. And although the camp looked like a slum, there was no crime and no hostility among us. We always greeted each other kindly and respectfully. Irena made sure that the thousands of children that passed through Theresen experienced the most dignified and caring moments in their short lives.
Eva Heska, 14 years old, perished at Auschwitz. Ella Helarova, 13 years old, perished at Auschwitz. Hanus Hachenberg, 14 years old. Peter Fischel, 15 years old. Marika Fradmanova, 12 years old. Bedrich Hoffman, 12 years old. Joseph Pollock, 14 years old. Dita Vantganova, 13 years old. Nina Neladarova, 14 years old. Eva Steinova, 13 years old. Hanna Lisuova, 15 years old. Hansa Kosek.
Hansa?
Raya, don't turn or move.
Hansa, where are you?
Don't move. I'm here. On the other side of the wall. Don't move. Don't. Just listen. I have a number in this transport.
No.
Please, don't turn, don't move. I have a number and I must report.
No.
But the news is good.
What do you mean?
The war is coming to an end.
Hansa, no.
Things are going bad for the Nazis. Something will happen before long. Raya, please listen.
I cannot. Where are you? I'm coming with you.
You can't. It's too late. You must wait here.
Hansa, I cannot live waiting. Please, where are you? Where are you?
I'm with you, wherever you are. Listen, Raya.
Hansa?
Don't come out here. The guards. Just stay there. Stay there and wait. Goodbye, Raya.
Hansa? Hansa? Goodbye.
Goodbye. It was the motto of Terezin. It should have been written over the entrance instead of the lie that greeted the newcomers. Work makes us free. It was goodbye, not work, that made us free. It was the only thing we knew would never change. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. It freed us all. For what was there to fear when you had already said goodbye to everyone you had ever loved?
Raya and Glendarova. You know by now that my number 102866 was called. When you come to school today, you will see that I have gone. I have wrapped up the last of the pictures and poems in my shawl. See that they're buried with the rest somewhere. And remember what they mean to all of us. I have nothing else to give you but this, what you and the children of Terezin have made. The fields, the flowers, and all the butterflies. Goodbye.
Irena Sinkova perished at Auschwitz, January 28th, 1945. And I was left to teach the children. Irena had taught me how to care for myself by caring for others, how to go on living by helping others live. Mother, father, my brother and sister, my friends, Hansa and Irena, they all perished at Auschwitz. And I, Raya and Glendarova, after the liberation, returned to Prague alone.
Now you're not alone, and you must not be afraid either. Somehow, one of us is sure to happen. One of us will teach the children to sing again.
Here.
To write on paper with a pencil, to draw and to pictures. I have nothing else to give you but this. The fields, the flowers, and all the butterflies.
Mother, Father, Gabriella, Zdenka, I hear you. Hansa, I remember. Irena, I will never forget how you taught us to live, how you made sure we did not forget to love ourselves and respect each other. I see your faces in every crowd. I hear your voices in every song. My name is Raya. I am a Jew. I survived Terezin. But I am not alone. And I am not afraid. I am alive, and I am free. And I will spread my wings and fly again.
House lights. Please remain seated. Please remain seated. Please remain